Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, I've been in Japan for about 2 months so far, and while making day drinking, smoking, and just review videos in general, I've found myself sitting down on concrete a little bit more so than not. Now, concrete is alright to sit on in the short term, but with the length of my day drinking sessions, it can get a little bit uncomfortable over time, I will acknowledge. And so as such, I've been looking for something to sit on while I'm sitting on concrete to make my experiences just a little bit more comfortable than not. I considered buying a pillow, but I decided probably too bulky to want to carry around with me every time I want to sit down on concrete. I thought about just getting a nice thick towel, but once again, quite bulky, I will acknowledge. And I didn't really know what else would work other than that, so I was just like, all right, you know what? If I see something, I see something. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. And I decided in my head that I had 4 qualifications if I was going to purchase something to sit on concrete. And the first qualification was couldn't be more than $15. It's a little bit bulky. I don't want to have to take it home with me and make room by getting rid of other stuff in my suitcase. So I was like, you know what? All right, it's gotta be cheap so I can leave it here and not be stressed about it if need be. Number 2, it's gotta be lightweight. I don't want to carry something around in my backpack that is heavy. Number 4, has to be somewhat compact at least, has to fit inside of my backpack. Can be a little bit too big to fit in my suitcase, but it's got to be able to fit in my backpack at a minimum. And number 4, has to be comfortable. Those are my 4 qualifications. Were my 4 qualifications. Because yesterday, I walked into a camping store, and I was just looking around, seeing what they had. I like just walking into camping stores, I'll acknowledge. It's nice to see all the cool gear and whatnot. I like seeing outdoorsy gear. But I was just looking around and I saw something that caught my eye and I was like, ooh, I'm thinking that might work for what I need. What I bought is this right here. It's a folding foam sit map that is super lightweight, like genuinely this weighs almost nothing, and is meant to be just strapped to the side or bottom of your backpack. And when you set up camp, you can just sit on this by the fire or something along those lines. This is meant to be a cheaper, lighter, and somewhat more compact alternative to a camping chair. And I was like, you know what? I think this is exactly what I need. So I went ahead and bought it for 1,320 yen, or around about $9 USD. So yes, this is under the price that I wanted to pay for something to sit on. It's also extremely light, and we can see it folds up pretty well as well. Not the most compact by any means, but it folds up good enough to fit in my water bottle holder in the side of my backpack, so I don't even have to put it inside. And it looks pretty comfortable. Feeling it. It's a little bit firm, don't get me wrong, but definitely less firm than concrete. What I want to find out today is whether the $9 mat I bought at a camping store is actually good to drink on or not. That's what I want to find out. I want to find out if this mat is actually good to sit on, to drink on, and to maybe smoke on in general. Will it or will it not be? Well, we're going to be finding out for the first time today. But what is this sit map right here? I said sit map. This is a sit mat. Got my words a little bit jumbled up. But what is this is basically what I'm trying to say. Well, this is a Magic Mountain Wilderness Gear nanotechnology sit mat, which has a lot of text on it that I don't know what it says, frankly put. This is what it's supposed to look like texture-wise, and maybe it's supposed to smell like dandelions. I highly doubt that, I will acknowledge, but yeah, that's the little card you get in the Ziploc bag this mat comes in. Now it does come with a sleeve as well, which is right here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this mat all out, and let's go ahead and just take a look at it outside of the bag for the very first time, because I haven't actually taken it out of the bag yet, and I am ready to sit down because I am squatting right now and it is not comfortable, I will acknowledge. So I'm gonna, oh man, my leg. Oh man, this is why I needed one of these. This is why I needed it. I don't want to be sitting down on no concrete. I don't want to be squatting down on no concrete like I'm doing right now. I need a comfortable mat. I'm hoping this will work. One thing to mention though, one thing I forgot to mention, this mat is 38 by 31 by 0.8 centimeters, from what I can tell at least. So that's the size of this mat. I don't know exactly how big that is, as centimeters are not my area of expertise, but I figure not the smallest nor the biggest. Hopefully enough to sit down on, I'll acknowledge. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and get this bag all opened up, and let's get the mat out and just see what the quality of it is like real quick. I'm gonna try to get this piece of paper right here to just stay in the bag so I don't have to worry about it flying away on me. And let's go ahead and just take a look at the mat itself real quick. And I will acknowledge it is a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. Now, I think you're supposed to sit on it, I'm guessing, with this side on the ground, and then the blue side is what you're actually sitting on. Maybe it's supposed to be the other way, but I don't know why you would want a bunch of dots poking into your butt. So I'm thinking it's probably this way is the way you're meant to sit. Overall, it feels like a piece of foam. Frankly put, it feels like a piece of foam because that's exactly what it is. And it folds up really nicely, really easily. The sleeve it has is decent quality, nothing too crazy by any means. Now, one of my pet peeves about a lot of camping gear is that it always comes with sleeves that it's a pain to get the camping gear back into after you get it out the first time. Now, this never was in this, so I don't even know how easily it's gonna go in to begin with. But let's go ahead and just find out how easily it actually gets in the sleeve real quick, because that is a very important thing to me. Oh, so easy. Oh my God. So easy. Okay, yeah. Oh, shout out Magic Mountain. They actually know how to make good pouches, unlike every other camping brand. Genuinely, every other camping brand doesn't know how to make pouches that actually fit their stuff. Shout out Magic Mountain, for real. Shout out, yo, shout out. But overall, very lightweight. Not the biggest. I think it should definitely be big enough for me to sit down on crisscross applesauce, or just with my butt down and my feet somewhere else and stuff like that kind of thing. And overall, while I am a little bit worried about using straight foam on concrete, as I'm worried it's gonna like nick it and stuff like that, this is also a $9 foam mat, and frankly put, I don't think it's meant to last a lifetime. I think it's just meant to last for probably a year or two, and then you get another one. And you know what? That works for me, because I just need one right now. I have a chair at home. I don't need a sit map at home. A sit map, I said it again, a sit mat at home. But yeah, just says Magic Mountain right there. Overall, seems to be decent quality. It certainly doesn't seem like it's gonna come apart by any means, and it's got a nice bit of foaminess to it. I think it's going to be pretty comfortable. Frankly put, I'll acknowledge. Well, I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably quickly grab a thumbnail before I sit down on it, because I completely forgot to do that. So I am, real quick, just gonna go ahead and put it back in the bag. Oh my God, my feet. Genuinely, I need to go ahead and sit down. But I'm just gonna put it back in the Ziploc bag just for a moment, just so I can go and grab a thumbnail real quick, because I completely forgot to do that. And that is something I absolutely need to do. It is harder to get it back in the Ziploc bag than it is to actually get it into the sleeve that it came with, but not in. But it goes into the Ziploc bag pretty easily too. But I'm just gonna go and slide this in there, and I'm just gonna grab me a thumbnail just very quickly, just because if I don't get one now, I'm going to forget to get one in the future. So let's go ahead and grab one real quick. Oh man. I put it in upside down. It is what it is. Let's go and fix that real quick. Overall though, it is super light. Like, you don't even notice this in your backpack. It's that light. Like, I love that. Like, I have like a pretty nice camping chair, like back in the United States, that I was gifted as like a chair to like take when I'm traveling to like record videos in. I took it on one trip and I used it like a handful of times. It's a great chair, great to record in, but it's just kind of heavy and bulky to take on the plane. I'm thinking that this might be a better option, high-key, because it's a little bit less bulky and I could just throw it in my water bottle pocket, whereas the chair was a bit more bulky than that. Let's grab my thumbnail though. And man, let me tell y'all what, it is gorgeous out here. I'm ready to sit down though, so without further ado, let's get it back out of the Ziploc bag. And I'm also ready for a drink. So after I go and sit down and find out how comfortable this is, I'm gonna find out if it's any good to drink on as well, because I do have some alcohol with me today. I have a strong zero with me today. Without further ado, let's put it down on the ground. I'm gonna say, right here, is that on screen? No, not really. That is actually not on screen at all. I am going to go right here. Nope, that's still not on screen. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to lower this down and move it over just a bit. And so I can go right there. Perfect. All right, it's kind of small, but, oh, all right, my feet don't really fit on it. But this is definitely better. This is without a doubt far better than just straight up sitting on concrete. I will absolutely say that. Definitely way better than just sitting on concrete. And the good thing about this foam mat is as well, I mean, like, if I come out to, like, let's say this park, and on the way on my train ride, it starts raining. And by the time I get to the park though, it's not raining anymore, but the ground is kind of wet. I don't want to sit down on the concrete because it's wet, but this foam mat will make it where I don't care because it's just the foam mat getting wet, not my butt. And my butt is not going to be wet for the rest of the day because I'm wearing jeans, because I do be wearing my jeans and they never dry, I will acknowledge. But yeah, this is far superior to just straight up sitting on concrete, I will acknowledge. It might not be quite chair level, like would I much rather be sitting like in a chair right now? Yes, I will acknowledge I would much rather be sitting on a chair right now. However, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Not bad at all in my personal opinion. Not bad at all. I have faith that this is going to work for what I want. I have faith that it's going to, because so far, I'm just sitting down, I'm just chilling. My butt bones aren't pressing to the concrete and like getting like, oh God, this feels like hell kind of thing. Nah, this is okay. And I figure it's gonna be even better when I move it a little bit. Do like this side right here where there's a little bit of a step. So my feet are now over the step. Oh yeah, no, this is now like genuinely, like actually pretty comfy. Because now I can like lean back without like my ass digging into the concrete, and it's just comfy. No, this is like this mat, genuinely, like it is a little bit firm. I'm not gonna lie, like just pressing it, it's a little bit firm. However, like when you're actually sitting on it, that firmness becomes clear, or the reason for that firmness becomes clear, because it would just, if it wasn't that firm, when you're sitting on it with your full body weight, then all you'd feel is concrete if it wasn't as firm as it is. But it is firm, and it's for a reason, so your entire body weight isn't just feeling concrete. So I really like that it is this firm. It's not the most compressible in the world, like what you guys saw in the Ziploc bag is about as compressed as it gets, and if it was a little bit less firm, it would compress more, but honestly, I think it's best if it doesn't compress more, because that would impact the comfort of the mat, frankly put. I'm gonna test it on the grass as well. Now, one of my things, I don't mind sitting on grass, really. Grass has a lot of bugs in it though, and I don't like bugs crawling all over me, and a lot of times at parks like this in Japan, grass gets mowed pretty routinely, and so there's like a lot of like pokey sticks and stuff like that sometimes. So I just tend not to sit on the grass a lot, but is this comfortable on grass? Yeah, no, I'd have to say it's comfortable on grass. I mean, like, grass is already definitely more comfortable than concrete, so this is just like exemplifying it. And it feels especially great as well because there's no grass sticking into my ass. So, genuinely, this is pretty solid. Especially with a view like that behind me. I mean, like, look at that. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous, y'all. That is a beautiful view I can North Willow County. Like, we got the highway, we got the beautiful clouds. It's 6:18. We got like 20 minutes till sunset. I gotta get to drinking. I gotta get to drinking because, you know, it ain't day drinking if it ain't doing it during the day. And we are approaching the end of the day, and we are getting closer and closer to the night. So I need to go ahead and get my alcoholic beverage out so I can actually get to day drinking while sitting on this mat for the first time and actually find out if this is a good mat to drink on. Without further ado, I'm gonna go and grab my backpack that I have right here, and I am going to get it all opened up, and I'm going to reach inside and get a plastic bag out. This one right here, to be precise, which I got from the Tobu grocery store. And from the Tobu grocery store, I got myself 2 onigiri, 2 salmon pollock, spicy pollock roe, not salmon pollock roll, Mike Rowe? Rick Roll? No. Shout out Mike Rowe though. Bro, for real, goated. Like, Dirty Jobs, absolute legend for making dirty jobs. Absolute legend. One of my favorite childhood shows of all time, I'll acknowledge. Shout out Mike Rowe, yo. Shout out Mike Rowe. But, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, from the Tobu grocery store though, I bought this right here. This is like a new, I think it's like clementine flavored 7% minus 196 strong zero. I got the tall boy can because y'all know I want to get a little bit of a buzz going, and I have had one of these before and I found it to be pretty good, and I'm expecting it to be even better since I'm sitting in a public park right now. And already I'm feeling more comfortable. I'm feeling so much more comfortable, and I can actually like one of my concerns with like sitting on concrete as well is that like I don't want to like move my like butt around on concrete a lot when I'm sitting on it, because I don't want to like scratch my pants and like ruin my pants because I'm rubbing them all over concrete and stuff like that. This mat completely alleviates any concern of that though, because, well, if I'm ruining anything, it's the mat, and it's a $9 mat, so I don't really care. So, big ball of moves, I'll acknowledge. Without further ado, let's get to drinking though. I need some hydration, because I haven't had any in like 18 minutes and 15 seconds, which is as long as the video has been going on for. Let's get this opened up though. Whew. Very, I'd have to say, clementine-y, tangerine-y. Smells great, frankly put. And while it's not the coldest right now, it is still certainly colder than room temperature, and so as such, it's a little bit refreshing. Man, oh man, tastes great. Tastes like a strong zero with clementine flavoring and a little bit of lemon and maybe a little bit of grapefruit as well, maybe. Mostly clementine though. But overall, very solid, I will acknowledge, very solid. I am also quite hungry though, so I might have one of these spicy pollock roe onigiri. Now, usually spicy pollock roe onigiri is not gluten-free. I found one gluten-free example once, but usually it's not. But I checked the ingredients on this one beforehand, and it didn't say I had anything that contains gluten on the inside, so I think I'm all good to eat it. Hopefully it don't bother me, but I'm feeling hungry. And since I believe this is all good to eat, I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna have one of these because I bought them and I'm gonna eat them. No complaints on my behalf. Man, it's gorgeous out here, though. It's so pretty. Am I making this video as an excuse to day drink in a public park right now? Maybe. But also, I am genuinely making this video to test out the mat I'm sitting on right now. And genuinely, due to the fact that I'm sitting on a mat right now, this is a better experience than it would otherwise be if I was just sitting down on straight concrete. This is genuinely a better experience. This mat is genuinely having an impact on my day drinking experience, which proves one of my all-time theories, that if you're not comfortable, your day drinking session will not be as good. If you're comfortable, your day drinking session will be all that much better. My theory has now been proven. I am more comfortable, and my day drinking session is better than it would otherwise be. Not that I didn't already know that fact, though, because I have day drank in very comfortable chairs before, like a rocking chair. What I need is a rocking chair that folds up to be 2 inches by 2 inches and folds up to be the size of a deck of cards, is what I was trying to say. Pretty goated overall, though. Nice view in front of me. I got the, can you guys see it? I think you guys can see it, can you? Yeah, we got the Tokyo Skytree over there. Big ball of moves, you know what I'm saying? Big ball of moves. Got the Tokyo Skytree over there, I'm just looking at that. This onigiri is decent. It's alright. Not bad by any means. I've only had spicy pollock raw onigiri once, but I enjoyed it. And this, I gotta admit, out of all the food I've eaten from Japan so far, this has the most kick. I went to an Indian place, which had really good Indian food. It was like, not like Japanified Indian food as well, which I've also had, but and that was really good as well. But I went to an Indian food place. It was real Indian food, not Japanified, except for the spice level. Because what I wanted was the spiciest thing on the menu. And I was like, all right, you know what? This is the only thing that I really want to eat right now. I'm just gonna go for it. I got it. And it was not spicy at all. I mean, like, it had spice, but compared to what I'm used to from, like, Indian restaurants in the United States, it was nothing. Like, I'll get a mild at an Indian restaurant in the United States, and I'll be like, oh my God, give me some water, bro. This place, I was just like, man, I don't need no water. Like, it was just like, man, this spice is comfortable. This is good. That onigiri, genuinely more spicy than the Indian food I've eaten in Japan so far. Not a joke. I think some sort of bug on the back of my neck. I felt it like land on me, and then I tried to grab it, but I don't know where it went. Maybe I got it, I'm not sure. It's summer in Japan, there's lots of bugs out here. A couple of them bit me earlier on my arm, but yeah, it looks like my arm has some nipples now. But it ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. It is what it is. It is what it is type of scenario. I am, honestly though, feeling so good right now. I will acknowledge I have been a little bit dehydrated. I haven't drank all that much liquid today, so I've been a little bit out of it. So even though I'm like not even halfway through this alcohol yet, it is getting me a buzz. It is getting me a buzz without a doubt. But yeah, I'm feeling good. And man, this mat, genuinely so comfy. I'm not even done with my alcohol yet. but I think I can say without a doubt, excuse me, the $9 mat that I bought and I'm making a video about today absolutely makes sitting on while drinking or just the $9 mat that I'm sitting on right now, absolutely without a doubt, makes sitting on concrete more enjoyable and makes drinking while sitting on concrete more enjoyable as well. And to me at least, this mat was absolutely a worthwhile purchase. Because now anytime I want to do a review, sit on concrete, sit on the grass, or sit on any other surface that might be uncomfortable, I can sit on this mat. It weighs like nothing. Takes up space, don't get me wrong, but space is just space. I can always carry it in my hand if it weighs nothing. And it only cost me $9, so if I need to ditch it when I leave Japan in like 2.5 weeks, I can do that. I should have gotten one of these earlier on in the trip, honestly. I just didn't even think about a camping mat. It didn't even cross my mind. I was like, man, I need something to sit on. I was like, a tarp. And I was like, nah, a tarp is not gonna make my ass feel any less uncomfortable. And then I was like, a pillow, nah, that's huge. A towel, no, that's gonna be huge and it's not gonna be comfortable. I don't know why I didn't think about a camping sit map. I said map again. I don't know why I didn't think about a camping sit mat. Because I do every so often watch camping YouTube videos, I will acknowledge. Excuse me. I don't go camping all that much, but I do enjoy camping when I do go camping. I don't go backpacking. I just unload my stuff from the car and set up right next to the car kind of thing. If not, I sleep inside the car. But I enjoy just watching videos about stuff I don't know a lot about. So like watching like a video on like ultralight backpacking, I think I was, or watching or something like that kind of thing. And the person was talking about, okay, what should you get? Should you get a sit mat, like a foam mat, like what I'm sitting on right now, or a chair? And the guy who was making the video, I think he's in like his 40s or like late 40s, early 50s or something like that. So he was like, for my back, I need a chair. And I was in absolute agreement. I was like, chair all the way. Absolutely, why would I want a foam mat to sit on? But now I totally get the argument for the foam mat, and I totally get what he said about the foam mat as well. If I remember correct, he was like, okay, yes, the chair weighs more, it's more bulky, and it's just less convenient. But it's just so much more comfortable, kind of thing. It's just better in every way to a foam mat. Now, I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not. However, if you want to go super mega, super duper, ultra light, and you don't want to carry something that takes up weight, is bulky, is tedious to break up and take down, or to put up and take down, then like the foam mat is going to be what is for you. I mean, like the way you put it up is you fold it up and put it in the sleeve. You take it down by taking it out of the sleeve and then folding it out. It's a 2-step process that takes 2 seconds. It weighs next to nothing. And yes, it takes up space, but it weighs nothing. Space is space, kind of thing. I am still of the opinion that if I can, I would much rather sit in a chair, on a bench, or just not on the ground. If I can, I will sit not on the ground. But if I'm in a scenario where I don't have a chair and I can't sit on the ground because there's no benches, I think the foam mat I've got with me today that I'm sitting on right now is absolutely going to be coming into use. Without a doubt, without a doubt. Absolutely goated purchase. Very glad I made the purchase of the mat I'm sitting on right now. Very comfortable. And I mean, like, I've been sitting on this mat now for like, I would say probably like, what, 15 minutes? Maybe 10, 15 minutes, something like that. Excuse me. I'm like, usually by this time, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. I haven't really moved my feet at all. Usually by this time, my feet would kind of be falling asleep a little bit, just if I was sitting not on a mat. But they're not. Like, usually when I'm sitting on concrete, I have to adjust my feet a lot, kind of move around a bunch to try to, like, make sure my feet don't lose the entirety of their blood flow. But that's not happening in this scenario. I'm feeling perfectly fine. I'm feeling comfortable, and I'm not really feeling like I need to move my legs other than just wanting to move my legs just because I feel like moving right now because I've been sitting down a lot today. This is nice, though. I'm not gonna lie. This is nice, though. No complaints on my behalf. Man. Just chilling. I got a nice buzz going, though. Got a nice buzz going. I'm gonna have that other onigiri. Can I get it out of the bag without looking for it? No, I can't. Where did it go? There it is. I was like, let me grab it without looking. Didn't work out. Alright. I have my other onigiri out. It's another spicy pollock roe onigiri. A little bit crushed this time, but hey, it's okay. It's alright. It's not that big a deal. And I'm just gonna kind of scrunch up the bag and just like put my glasses on top of it now because I don't want it flying away. And it has been a little bit breezy at times today. Let's get back to eating. Solid. There's a couple of people on the riverbank over on the other side of the river. It is just after high tide right now. We're like probably like 20-30 minutes after high tide. It's probably good fishing right now. Honestly. I feel like right around high tide is probably best for fishing, right? I don't know what is flying around my camera and stuff, but something is flying around. I've got no idea what it is. It's some sort of bug, I think. I don't know what it is. I was like a hummingbird, but I think it's a bug. But it was like inspecting my camera and my alcohol and me. But it's like right after high tide right now. I figure it's like probably pretty good fishing weather if I had to guess. Or like fishing, it's probably a pretty good time to fish. And it's good fishing weather because it just feels good out here. It's like probably like 88 degrees right now. Feels good. Can't complain. And there's just a whole group of people to my right. Just, they've got all their dogs over there. All their dogs are just hanging out and playing together. I will acknowledge. Tad spicy. That was a tad spicy, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna have one of these. I haven't had one of these in like a week and a half. But figure why not? I mean, like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be bringing back some of these to the States just because I like using them when I'm driving. I carry them around with me all the time because there's some like areas in Tokyo where they'll have like heat not burn. That's what this is. This is a heat not burn device. Excuse me. But there's some areas of Tokyo which will have like heat not burn areas where you can use them, but there's no area for normal smoking products. So I carry one of these just with me, just in case kind of thing. But I never really end up using one of these in the United States just because there's no use, and I prefer normal tobacco products, normal smoking products, personally. But the only exception to that is when I'm driving. When I'm driving, I don't really like ashing anything. It just, to me, becomes like tedious, and it's just like, man, I want to make sure I actually make my ash into my ashtray because I don't want to like get it all over my car. There's no ash with this. It's clean kind of thing. So after I'm done, all I do is take it out and put it in a bottle or throw it on the floor, and I pick it up later kind of thing. I don't go to worry about fire. I don't go to worry about ash with this. It's convenient when driving. And I think I'm gonna be picking up a pack or two of the IQOS like Lumitera Rich Regulars for the way back, just to have those, because they don't sell these in the US of A. Doesn't hit quite as well as a normal smoke, I'll acknowledge, but it's good enough. It's good enough, especially when drinking. I am quite buzzed though. The alcohol is getting me good. I'm so glad I ate some food. I really needed some. I haven't eaten since like, I'd say 12, and it's now 6:39. I'm a bit hungry. I was a bit hungry, to say it correctly. I'm not really hungry anymore. I'm sure I will be hungry in 15 minutes. Because onigiri, I mean, like, it fills me up for like 30 minutes and it'll like hold me over until my next meal, but it is not a meal to me. Unless I eat like 5 of them, then it's a meal. But I only eat 2, so it's a snack. But I think I'm gonna make some chicken and rice for dinner. Get myself some like 350, 400 yen chicken. Like a big chicken breast, maybe 2, if they've got the 88 yens one still available. 88 yen per, it's not kilogram. Because a kilogram is like 3 pounds. I don't know what it's 88 yen per, but 88 yen per something. It's like the cheapest option at grocery stores near my Airbnb. I'd just be buying that and making it for dinner. I'm gonna do that today as well. Yeah. Got a buzz going. Gonna go make me some chicken and rice when I get back to my Airbnb. Which sounds fantastic, frankly put. That sounds really good right now. No complaints on my behalf. None at all. None at all. I am quite buzzed though. I am not just quite buzzed, I am very buzzed. There's like probably a 30-minute walk here from the train station. I got off at Ayase Station. I'm right next to the Arakawa River right now in Tokyo, which is a beautiful river. I love coming here and making videos, especially when they're like sit-down videos. There's people walking by, but nobody like around certain areas, so I can just kind of sit and not worry about bothering anybody kind of thing, which is great. But it's a beautiful river. But the other side of the river, it's like a 15-minute walk from Kitasenju, But I got off at a Yase station today, and it's like a 30-minute walk from a Yase station. Because I take the Chuo line all the way to my Airbnb, because I'm staying in like, oh man, what's it called? Matabashi? No. I'm staying like right near like Kitakogane station right now. So it's like once you get to the station, it's like 40 minutes to an hour to central Tokyo. Depending on where exactly you want to go in central Tokyo. But I'm staying like a 20-minute walk, 25-minute walk from the station. It's like 28 minutes to Shin Matsudo. Oh, that's what it is. I'm staying in Matsudo, yeah. Which is technically not actually in Tokyo Prefecture. It's actually in Chiba Prefecture. It's right on the edge, right next to Tokyo Prefecture and Saitama Prefecture. But it's a cheap Airbnb. I'm a cheaper person than not when it comes to accommodations. It's like $35 a night. It's like pretty good price in my opinion, and definitely cheaper than a hotel without a doubt. But it is like a 25-minute walk to the station, and then like it's a 20-minute like train ride here from the station, but like another 20 minutes to central Tokyo. 30 minutes depending on where you want to go. Like if you want to go to Yoyogi Park, it's like an hour on the train kind of thing, which is really not so bad in my opinion, at least, because like when I think in the United States of like commutes and stuff like that kind of thing, I'm like, man, an hour commute, like I'm sure some of y'all are doing hour commutes and stuff like that, and like to go to like a lot of the parks that I want to go to, like record at and drink at and stuff like that, it's like 30 minutes from where I live kind of thing. But like I'm sure some of y'all are doing like hour-long commutes, but I'm like, man, that is a lot when you're driving kind of thing. Like an hour-long commute hits. And for me, like if I'm driving in like stop and go traffic, like I get out of the car and I'm like wiped. I'm tired because I'm just constantly like locked in and stuff like that. Like if I'm on the highway and there's no traffic, I'm just chilling. I'm just vibing. But like if it's stop and go, man, I'm locked in kind of thing. And I get out of the car and I'm tired. And like rush hour commute, like it would kick for real. And I imagine it does kick for any of y'all doing that kind of thing. But like on the train in Japan, genuinely, I just get on the train and no matter how busy it is, I just watch YouTube videos. So I'm just on the train watching YouTube videos for an hour if I'm in central Tokyo going back to my Airbnb, and then I just walk 25 minutes back to my Airbnb while listening to music. I'm just chilling kind of thing. Not too bad by any means, not too bad. An hour-long commute here, in my opinion, I mean, like, yes, it's an hour, and if you have to go an hour there and an hour back, an hour commute is still a lot because it's taking up 2 hours of your day total. Every day, every working day is taking up 2 hours of your day. But it's not so bad as in the United States when you have an hour commute and you've got to drive. Because you can just get on your phone and watch YouTube videos on the train, frankly put. Where was I even going with all that? I don't know why I was talking. Oh yeah, I'm staying near, I'm staying in Matsudo, near like Shin Matsudo and like Kitakogane station. I don't know if y'all know where those are, but some of y'all might. It's technically in Chiba Prefecture, technically not in Tokyo. But it's pretty close. It's right on the edge. It is now, though, 6:47. Technically speaking, I'm no longer day drinking. I am now night drinking, even though it's not really dark out here, I will acknowledge. It's still got plenty of sunset to go. But technically speaking, it is after sunset, so I'm no longer day drinking. Almost done with my drink though, so that's all right. It's perfectly fine. I got it. I've been sitting on this mat now for 20, 25 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. I'm not sure exactly how long, but excuse me, it's comfortable. It's a good mat. The mat I'm sitting on right now is good. I feel so much better than just sitting on straight concrete. It's so much more comfortable. Like, my posture is still not great. My back does still hurt a little bit just sitting without something to put my back on, kind of thing. Like, my back is still like not feeling the most amazing, but my back definitely feels better than if I was sitting on just straight concrete. And my ass is not complaining at all because I have a mat under me. Yeah. A little bit left. There was pretty much nothing left. Good stuff though, can't complain, you know what I'm saying? Glad to have had a little bit of a drink today. No complaints on my behalf, none at all. But man, I'm enjoying sitting here. Got a good view that way. There's the Tokyo Sky Tree in the distance, there it is. And I got a good view that way. Just a good view as a whole, frankly put, just a good view as a whole. Well, I can't complain. I'm having a good time. I got a nice buzz going. That 7% of alcohol got me pretty decently, not gonna lie. Feeling ready to take on the rest of the night. No complaints on my behalf. Well, now that I finished my drink though, and had my first ever drink while sitting on the foam camping mat that this video is all about. How is the foam camping mat to sit on and to drink on? Was it a worthwhile purchase? Was it worth the $9 USD, the 1,300 yen that I spent? I'm gonna have to say it absolutely was. I'm gonna have to say it absolutely was worth every penny. Because without a doubt, I'm going to be using it every time I make a review where I'm sitting down on the ground in Japan for the rest of the time I'm here. It's so light. It doesn't like fold up like super compact, but it's so light and it folds up good enough to make it where it's pretty convenient to travel with, pretty convenient to put in, just shove in my backpack and just go with, kind of thing. And it makes sitting on the ground so much more comfortable. So much more comfortable. Yeah. I will acknowledge, no regrets about having purchased the foam mat that I purchased today. I have no regrets. Oh man. My legs are still feeling a bit sore from having squatted down for like 5 minutes doing the intro for this video. I have no regrets about buying this mat though. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, this was absolutely a worthwhile purchase. It's so comfortable to sit on. So much more comfortable than concrete especially. And just genuinely, I am so glad I bought this mat. I'm so glad I bought this mat. Absolutely worth the $9. And even if I end up not taking it back to the United States, I will be looking for another one there just to like keep in my car, just in case I'm at a spot where for some reason my chair doesn't work, but I still want to record at and sit down at, kind of thing. Yeah. I really like the $9 mat that I bought at a camping store in Japan. And I can say without a doubt, it makes drinking and sitting on concrete insanely more comfortable. Like literally like 5 times more comfortable. I feel genuinely pretty comfy right now just sitting on the mat and chilling. I got No complaints on my behalf. And overall, I'd have to rate the mat a solid 4 out of 4. And this experience as a whole, a solid 4 out of 4. A 10 out of 10 experience. A 10 out of 10 experience. No complaints on my behalf. Not at all. Well. I think that's just about all I had to say for this video today. Did I show you all the mat I bought for $9? Did I drink on the mat? Did I sit on the mat? Yes, and yes. I did all of that. I accomplished my goal, and I am feeling good. So I have absolutely no complaints on my behalf. None at all. Appreciate y'all watching this video today. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I talked about the camping mat, the camping sit map. I said map again. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video where I sat and drank on my new $9 camping mat that I bought at a camping store in Japan for the first time. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I think I've given you guys a good description of how this experience has been and what my opinion of the camping mat is like. And so as such, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any options for stuff to sit down on concrete that is even more comfortable than what I'm sitting on right now and packs up even better as well. I don't want an option that's more comfortable but packs up just as well. I want an option that's more comfortable and packs up better. Let me know what those options are in the comments down below if there are any. And of course, also make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my website, everything like that, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Overall, the nanotechnology sit mat from Magic Mountain, I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I bought it. No complaints on my behalf. Appreciate y'all watching today's video. To the next one, stay safe in peace and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?